That is Hinduism. Hinduism brings millions of people with one panchanga. Maybe today it is 20 rupees, doesn't matter. But that is all that you spend to make people come together as responsible citizens of India, as devout Hindus. Please do something for the nation. It can be educating one child. It can be looking after one widow. It can be giving one child money to get married. It may be to feed one cow sometime, but you don't know what happens. Let me tell you, in my simple life, when I was going through the worst part of my life, I scarcely had money, as I told you, for the next day's need. Somebody gave me some special money for charity. I bought coupons from the milk booth and I called slum children long before Slumdog Millionaire came. I called 60 children and made them sit in my balcony, cooked rice with my own hands, made rice salad, yogurt rice, curd rice, gave them a glass of milk and gave them this rice for 60 days. I was born a Brahmin. Nobody thought of me till then. 60 days after I fed these children, I got 2 cows as Godam, and today there are 130 cows. You give and you get. Diseases are increasing, depression is increasing. All this is happening because we don't give. We are hoarding. Hoarding is not going to help us. It is not going to help us at all. Bhagavata, Brahmana and the Mahabharata are teaching us that we have a social responsibility. Corporates may think of CSR, but I think of ISR, individual social responsibility. Each one has a social responsibility towards the society which is living around him or her. Please spread this word and let caste achieve as much of social responsibility as it can in these prayers. Just one verse of the song Sharanagati. शरणागत वत्सल राम की ये पुण्य अमर कहानी. शरणागत वत्सल राम की ये पुण्य अमर कहानी. जो से सुने और सुनाए रघुवर को खूब ही भाए. आँख में भर आए पानी. शरणागत वत्सल राम की ये पुण्य अमर कहानी. कपि सुग्रीव की बात बताए. कपि सुग्रीव की बात बताए. हनुमन रघुवर को मन भाए. हनुमन रघुवर को मन भाए. रामानुज कपिराज दिलाए. रामानुज कपिराज दिलाए. जनक सुता थी पानी. जनक सुता थी पानी. सिया राम सिया राम सिया राम. बोलो सिया राम सिया राम सिया राम. जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम.
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम.
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम. जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम. शरणागत वत्सल राम की ये पुण्य अमर कहानी. Not very long. Even longer because of this cause. When there is no to go back to Sundarakaanda, in the Guru Katha Vasaka, I told you, Hanuman went into depression. That's all. Peace and blessings. It's not Hanumanji who goes into depression. It is to save us from depression. Have you ever thought why you go into depression? I hope you don't do it. But why you go into depression? That's because we are not living in the present. Either we are going down the tunnel of the past, or we are afraid of an unknown future. We don't know what to do. We forget the present, and that's why we go to depression. I remember a line from the modern bestseller. I locked the doors of yesterday and threw the keys away. Tomorrow has no fears because I have today. I locked the doors on yesterday, past is locked, and threw the keys away. Tomorrow has no fears because I have today. Don't think of 16, think of the 15th. You're listening in the Ramayana to Sundarakaanda. You will get your heart's desire fulfilled. And see, God says, he who listens to the Ramayana will find Kalyanamandapam Tali, Ayush. And the Pitras will dance in joy when you listen to the Ramayana. What more do you want? And the women will become important in life. This is what the Ramayana has told us. Why don't you have that faith? I'm not a storyteller. I have benefited, I wanted you to benefit by the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Gita. These are great works which are bringing joy into our life. What happens when a person goes into depression is psychologically analyzed by our making. Hanumanji says, oh, I've not seen Sita. Mother Sita is not found. I'll go back and tell her. Angada will tell Sudriva. Sudriva will tell Rama, and Rama will die. When Rama dies, Lakshmana will die. When Lakshmana dies, Sudriva will die. Same Sudriva will die. Angada will die. And hearing about all this, the mothers will die, and Bharata will die, and Shatrugna will die. Everybody can't die. Somewhere the thought process is wrong. This is what happens in depression. In depression, you go from one negative thought to another. Before you go into the next negative thought, say Krishna, say Govinda, say Narayana, say Om Namah Shivaya, Devi, Ame, Narayana. Say something. Out. Cry out. Otherwise, you are just drowned by depression. Prayer is the only antidote to depression. Can you clap? Prayer is the only antidote to depression. Unfortunately, in depression we can't pray. We are so negative that we forget the Lord. You must be knowing people who are depressed. You must have told him, please come in the morning, 10 o'clock, Namaskar. This is the response. They will sit in the dark, remain in the dark, and meditate. And will not face your depression. If there is depression, it means it's time for God to come. I feel every problem is an invitation to grace. Every problem means Krishna is close by, around the corner. He is around the corner. Anta Krishna Shri Gacchadita Koreshu Jami Adishu Vartamana Sankirtya Narayana Shabdamatra, not even Nama. Shabdamatra. Even if you don't understand the word Narayana, say Narayana. Narayana Shabdamatra Vimukta Dukkha. And it is the educated people who are depressed. That is what made me unhappy. They can think it out. They can sort out. They can think of the Lord. But one says no. Somewhere I have gone wrong. Who can forget my master Dikshita? He would build up the depression of Hanuman in such a way that all of us would feel depressed. Wondering what is going to happen. And suddenly Hanuman says, I have not prayed. To see Mother Sita, you have to pray. To find grace, she is grace. She is Daya. She is the Daya of Sri Rama. All Vaishnava saints tell Rama, don't come alone. If you come alone, you kill you. If you come with Mother Sita, you forgive. So please come with the Devi. Don't come alone. God is justice and the Devi is mercy. Mercy tempers justice. I hope you understand. If it is all justice, we would never be forgiven for our faults. Thank God, you in Kerala say, Amen. The Devi is there. The thought of the feminine part of the Lord, That is grace. Don't come to judge us with mere judgment, sir. Come, forgive. The Lord now is being asked by Hanumanji in his inimitable way. Master Deshler is to pronounce the shloka. Nobody can forget it. He would come like a downpour, an avalanche of verses. Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Deveshatasya Janaka Majai Namostu Rudrendra Yamanebhyo Namostu Chandraraka Marupanebhyo Namostu Chandraraka Marupanebhyo He Rama I bow down to Rama, I bow down to Lakshmana, I bow down to Sita, I bow down to Rudra, Indra, Shandra, Arka, Marugana, Anila, Yama, everyone I bow down to. All the directions help me out to find out Mother Sita. What does it mean by this prayer? Prayer makes your intellect sharp. Most of us say, I got a flash. I correct you. He sent a flash. You didn't get your flash. Your mind is as blank as ever. He sends a flash. The first shloka of his Putra, Sri Narayana says, the propeller and impeller of all my sense organs. You make my eyes see, my ear hear, my skin feel, my lips move. It is He who inspires. It is He who inspires. Otherwise, how can I expect a teacher of English to be doing Ramayana for you? It's not by my studying. It's not by sitting in the Gurukula that I read. I learned, I registered, and I tried to reproduce in a humble way my master's words. I called myself HMB. Or master's voice. My Lord has inspired through these great men. The words come to you. And when He inspires, you understand what you didn't understand. The Lord lights the lamp. Machitta, Matata Prana, Bodhayanta, Parasparam, Kathayantascha, Nityam, Dushyanti cha, Bhakti cha, Teshameva Numpatam, Aham Ajnanajam Tamaha, Nashayami Atmabhavastu, Jnanadipena Bhasvata. The Lord lights the lamp. Hanumanji says, I must bow down to all these. Only then I will find out which is the area I have not explored. Namostu Ramaya Lakshmanaya Devi Chatasya Janaka Majai Namostu Rudrendra Yamanebhyo Namostu Chandraraka Marupanebhyo. Whenever you are at your wit's end, whenever you feel you can't think further, light a lamp, light an agarbatti, an incense stick, sit at the altar. Just pray. Just hold your hands and say, Krishna, guide me, Rama, guide me. You'll find a flash. And when the flash comes, you know it's the voice of God. My definition of intuition is the voice of God within man. Intuition is the voice of God within man. That is intuition. It comes from within. And that is right from the heart, from the soul it has come. And now you say, let me pray. Yes. In the map of Lanka, there is one place I have not explored, that is the Ashoka-Vanika. Ashoka-Vanika is an artificial park created by Ravana. It's a prize park. It's one of those prize parks where the best fruit, the best plants, the best trees, the best birds, everything is there. I have not explored that part of Lanka, you say, and makes a beeline towards that part. When he went there, there's a Shimshapa tree. A Shimshapa tree is very bushy, so you can hide in it. It's got a lot of leaves, foliage, so he's hiding in it, and there he sees Mother Sita. A whole chapter on what Mother Sita looks like. Comparison. They say Upama Kalidasasya. They say Kalidasa's similes are great, but I beg to differ. Valmiki's similes are equally great. Adhika, inspired poet, who saw a pair of birds building and cooing, and one of them was shot by the male bird was shot by the ruthless hunter. The male bird died and the female bird cried. out came poetry, Manisha, Vasishtam, Pramagama, Shashwati, Sama, Yat Rauchavitra, Ekam, Avadi, Kamamohitam. That is how the poetry came to him. All these 24,000 verses came to him. And that is why when he described Mother Sita, you have tears in your eyes. How does she look? She looks like a crescent moon in Shukla Paksha. In the Krishna Paksha, it's a dark night, so you can see the bright moon. The Shukla Paksha, she looks pale. The best upama which I like is, the best simile I like is that she looks like a word which has entered a foreign language and lost its original meaning. What a scholarly way of putting it. She looks like a word which has entered an alien language and lost its original meaning. She is in Ravana's darbar here. This is not her case. This is not her case. And he looks at her. For the first time, Hanuman is changing his party. Our politicians do it every day. God knows what is going to happen in the 2014 elections. Here to there, everywhere. So there is something about Mahabharata. The Mahabharata, just before the war. I want you to see how transparent a politician Yudhishthira is. Yudhishthira stands in mid-battlefield and says, I am welcoming people from the opposite side. Clap for him. Open, not laughing with briefcase. English language is funny language. There is nothing brief about the briefcase. So many millions are being transferred. Here the man said, come. At the time he was so nice. I want to see how our great scriptures have made politics so pure and now it's so impure. Here is the Bhagavata, the Ramayana and Mahabharata teaching us values. In the Ramayana, for the first time, Hanuman is changing party. All this while he was Ramabhakta. Now he is Sita. He says, this fellow called Rama, how is he alive? Shampu, Ramayana says, the sun can live without the shadow. The moon can live without moonlight. If my Lord Sri Rama is living without my mother Sita, that's the most wonderful thing in the world. Sarprana eva vasatiti vichitra vedat. How can anybody live without a wife like Mother Sita? She's the most blessed woman in the world. Divaseshwara, that is Hirana. Surya can live without Chaya. The moon can live without his moonlight. Jyotsna vina tulasi nishishitavanu yena vina rupati parikritya dairyam saprana eva vasatiti vichitra vedat. How can my Lord live without my mother? Then he looks at her, says something which can console any of us. When we are sad, what is it that we say? Why should I suffer so much? I'm so good. I'm so good. I believe so much. I go to the temple every day. I read the Ramayana, Bhagavata, Narayana, everything. Why should it happen to me? It is then Hanumanji's words come back to you as solace. She is the wife of Rama. She is the daughter of Janaka. She is the daughter-in-law of Dasharatha. And yet, if she is imprisoned, it means nobody can conquer time. Time is